Okay. All right. So I want to talk about the journey yesterday to Shasta. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I wasn't really going to go. You know, hey, hello, darling, come on in. Hello, hello. Wasn't going to go. So I talked about it briefly on Facebook and I left a little something over there. But I said I'm going to save the rest of it for YouTube tonight for the Be So Light tribe over here. Okay, tribe. So I visit my friend, my sister sun dancer, and I told her, I said, look, I need to get some body work done. I've got something going on. It's a past life thing. It's a timeline. It's a stamp timeline, and it's trying to work its way out. And I'm over this. We got to get it out. So I go and see her, get some work done. We get it moved out, and I'm thinking, okay, what do we need to do? We're just both staying open. Next thing I know, she said, let's go. I said, go. She goes, yeah, let's go to Shasta. You want to do it? I said, it's kind of late. She goes, let's go. I said, okay. So we went ahead, since I was way out there in her area of town, and we went ahead and just did it. We didn't really make a big plan about it. We kind of talked about it and said maybe, but we're kind of filling out because the day before was a heavy day of energy, and the day before that was another heavy day of energy. So there was a lot of energy that was kind of like bombarding the physical body. There was a lot of crystalline activation going on. There was a lot of light body codes going on, a lot of rapid healing energy coming into the body, a lot of solar plexus stuff going on, a lot of headache stuff, a lot of, you name it, whatever you was feeling, that's what needed to shift. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's go. So we grabbed a couple things, got in a car to make that 3-hour and 15-minute journey. Actually, it turned out to be 3 hours because somehow we time jumped and knocked off some extra minutes. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. So we time jumped, and which is really easy to do now because you can set your mind, set your timeline for moving forward. If you need to be somewhere, you can easily do it. Just set your mind to, I'm going to be there in this amount of time, and just state it as so. And then get in the vehicle. Don't be watching your time. Just know that you're going to be on that timeline to get there, and that's it. Just know that. So that's what we did. So we get off on the exit of 737 Mt.Shasta, and I knew she was going to need to pick up a new Lemurian crystal. And a lot of people have been getting calling. I talked about this in one of my other videos. A calling for picking up a crystal, especially the Lemurian ones, because they are coated with secret healing codes in those crystals. And the way you activate them is when you hold them, each one of those lines is a file of downloaded information of this earth, of what is put in those crystals. Now, these Lemurian crystals come from a mother Lemurian crystal that seeds this earth with those type of crystal. And those crystals are activated at a certain time on Earth when they need to just pop up randomly anywhere around the Earth as seeds. They call them Lemurian seed crystals for a reason. They have that coded energy information in that crystal. So it was interesting when she found the one that called to her, she gets it, and when the lady is ringing her up, the lady tells her, make sure you hold on to your Lemurian crystals because we are having a hard time getting these. And I was like, that's not good. Hard time getting them. She said, we don't know what's going on, but we're having a hard time getting them. And I said, oh, I know what's going on. I said, there's other people who are waking up. They're being told to get these crystals because something's getting ready to take place, and we're all going to have some kind of alignment that's going to activate all of us to take that crystal at the same time and to activate it's like a wave of energy around the world. But we haven't been told yet when we're going to do it. So all of us have heard the call, had the dream, gotten the feeling. I mean, come on. I just got a crystal, picked one, and sent it all the way to Puerto Rico, to the umbrella for our tribe out there, because she had a dream and was telling me about the dream. And I said, well, I just got one for myself. And now I'll go pick yours out and then send it to you, which is what I did, sent it to her. So everyone is getting this call to get the Lemurian crystals for whatever reason, because there's something that's getting ready to occur where all of us are going to have this, and it's going to be a part of us to do either a prayer, meditation, and activation, probably all of the three above, to interlock with these crystals. So we get the crystals, and we're going to the car, and I said, well, you want to go up to the mountain? She goes, well, yeah. And I go, okay, because it was kind of late a little bit. I think we were kind of looking at, I don't know, around 3:30 or 4:30. Yeah, around 4:30. And I said, okay, let's go. So we drive up to the mountain. And normally we just drive, and I pull off into the sacred area that's a marker for me. That's an area that I always stop at to do medicine work. But for some reason, it was like, no, I heard very clearly, you're not stopping here. You're going all the way up towards the mountain. I said, we're going all the way up. And I said, you know what? Keep going. We're going to go past the bunny hill area. So we drive past the marker part where we normally stop. And so we keep on going to the bunny flat. And it had cones there. And this is the trickery. We see the cones, the little orange cones, like a marker to say, like, oh, this as far as you're going to go, blah, blah, blah. And first thing I'm like, and then all of a sudden I see this van, this like truck, I think it was a like truck, go up this road and start going up. And I said, oh, follow the car. The gate is open, the gate is open, the gate is open. I was so excited. I was like, yay, the gate's open. We're going up the road. Anyway, shall we go up the road? And as we go up the road, our ears start popping. Our crown chakra starts expanding. Our heart starts to boom, boom. We feel this. And I'm like, oh, wow. What's happening? And it was just, I love Mt.Shasta. Been going there for almost, I think I've hit 20 years now. And I've been to this top of this mountain, to the base of it. not going up on the top, because you can't really do that because they'll stop you. So all of a sudden, these military people show up and stop you. Haven't had it personally happen to me. I've heard others that it happened to. Just saying. So anyway, we were driving, we're going around the curves, and I'm like, whoa, and I'm talking, and my voice starts like echoing like I'm in a tunnel. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like piercing the veil, the aura of the mountain. We're going into the aura of the mountain, the ethers of the mountain. I'm like, wow, this is super 5D. Everything was crispy, clear, high definition. And I'm just like, wow, look at us, look at us, look at us. So as she's driving, she's just trying to maintain focus. She's like, wow, this is really intense. I go, isn't it so exciting? And she's like, this is really intense. It was kind of like being on a moment of driving up something. And like we had I can only use this analogy. Like we drank too much. And we were trying to make it to the top of a mountain, but we didn't know if we were going to make it because we were so, woo. So we finally make it there. We get up there and we find a place, we park. And as soon as we stepped out of the car, you literally had to go and just kind of get yourself focused and just hold it for a second and just breathe, because you're in the ether of the mountain. You're at the base of it. And so I was like, yeah, this is way different than before, because I've never felt it like this. And I said, wow, this is intense. And as we're walking, we see all the different benches and stuff. And I said, well, let's go to that one. Nobody's at that one. And I take my sacred rattle with me, my maraca, and we're walking. And as we're walking, it literally, there's a breeze, but the air was almost not like air, but it wasn't like what I experienced in Nevada City. It wasn't like that at all, where it was just standing still. There was still the breeze and everything, but it was like really thin air. I was like, wow. Okay, breathe. So we walk, and there was other people up there, and they were playing didgeridoo, and others were walking, and just everybody was up there, just in the moment. It was just, and we were watching how the sun. Now, let me tell you something. On the journey there was not a cloud in the sky from here all the way up there. There was no spray chemtrails in the sky, nothing. I mean, it was clear. Get up there, looking out over the distance, vast of the hills and the other crystal lake that was down. I think it's called Castle Lake. That's in Siskiyou. So, and then I think it's Siskiyou. Scratch that. I can't remember exactly, but you could see this lake. It's this beautiful lake. And I said, wow, never been able to see that. So, and once again, looking out, no clouds, no chemtrails, no nothing, but it was so majestic that it looked like someone just painted the mountains and painted the hue colors and the iridescence of the rose colors through the top of the mountains. And I was just like, OMG. So we sat, before we sat down, I saw one medicine stone, and I said, oh, let me take my shoes off, and I'm going to stand on the stone. Yeah. So I properly took my shoes off, and I stood on the stone. And as I'm standing on a stone, I literally feel this charge of energy coming through my feet. And I'm like, uh-oh. I go, oh, what's happening? And it was like, it was at the same time, this energy coming up through my feet and then this energy coming down. And I went, looks at me. She says, what's wrong with you? Look at her. I said, I think I got charged. I think I got lit up. What is wrong? Clear. I think Creator paddled me. We're going to clear all that stuff out of. So I was standing there like, whoa. And I take a breath and I'm just looking out at the light. And I said, okay, that was good. And then it happened again. And I was like, and I said, I need to get off this rock. So I stepped down and I go sit at the little picnic table. And I just sit there and we're sitting there. We're just looking out. And we're just in the moment. And it was like, wow, here's a lesson. We were supposed to be there at that time, at that moment, on that day. And we were supposed to be there. And it's because we did it in the last minute, last second, just said, okay, let's go. And just did the journey. It was worth it because we did not know that that was open. And it was her first time to be at the base of the mountain. So it was so worth it to do. It was so worth it. And after that, I said, well, there's 2 more medicine stones over here, and I can show you. There's one that lays on his side. It kind of looks like a heart. So I want to show you that one. And then there's one that's a red stone that's kind of big and circular. So we went ahead and we walked over to the heartstone one. And she was able to sit down in this little part where you can sit. And it's kind of like when you sit on these rocks, it feels like a portal. Like you're in a vortex of energy when you sit on it. You can feel this vibration coursing through you. It's kind of like Sedona, but it has a different feel to it. So we sat on that one, took some pictures. I was looking out. Everything was cool. You know, it's like, this feels really, really good. Went to the other stone. We never did make it to the red stone. We saw this other belly of a rock. And I said, oh, let's just sit on this. So we sat on that one and felt the same energy coming up through the spine. And it was just very clearing and kind of got this same feeling of, wow, this energy. And sure enough, as I'm sitting on it, I do the maraca, and I do the vibration of it. And as I'm doing it, I have my eyes closed and I literally start seeing these beautiful colors that's coming down. And I see the emerald green, then I see the diamond white light. Then I'm like, okay, that's beautiful. And then I see this beautiful mixture of the orange and a little bit of red coming through. And I was like, oh, that's beautiful. I'm taking it in, I'm breathing it in. And I start feeling these activation codes coming in one after another. And I said, okay, got it. So, and at the same time, I'm feeling it. She's feeling it. It's coming down on both of us. So we're just sitting there. And after it was done, I completely, after I did the maraca, and I went into light language. And I started going into the sacred language. And as I'm speaking it, the energy is still coming down. And it just felt like this energy charge just coming down. It was so beautiful. And after it was done, we're sitting there. And I kind of said, I said, man, I feel so relaxed. And she looks at me and says, I'm ready to lay down and go to sleep. And I said, yeah, me too. But if we lay down and go to sleep on this rock, we might not be here. We might wake up somewhere else because Shasta is very dimensional. It's very, very dimensional. Because what fools you, you can see a pathway and you can say, oh, I want to go to that rock. That rock might look close, but as you're walking, it's taking forever to get to that rock because it's very dimensional. So we're sitting there, and I just kind of closed my eyes and I become one with everything. It was just a moment where everything just stopped. There's just breath. There was just this moment of being in that space. And being in that space of being thankful and being in that space of right in this moment and being thankful. Yes, I'm so grateful. I stopped what I was doing, took care of myself, and now I'm up here. Wow, this is life. This is how we should move. When you feel the calling to do something, you take action, you do it, and you don't sit there and second guess yourself and negotiate yourself. So after we did that, I opened my eyes and I'm just like, and I see these two people in the distance sitting on a bench, but they're looking directly where we're sitting. They were dressed the same way, same blue and black color type of outfits on, and they were just sitting like this. And I felt I can't explain, like their thought, their feeling, their whatever. I felt them. The only other time I've ever had this experience is when I went to Sedona and I went to Coco Canuno Forest. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, please forgive me. And I remember being up there at that forest. And I remember when I was looking down into the depths of the forest and all the trees were high up in this mountain, and you're looking down in this forest area. And I remember at that time I turned around and there was this woman, kind of small, petite, sitting on a rock. And I remember she had on almost the same outfit, but except this one was pink and white. It kind of looks like a jumpsuit, but it's not a jumpsuit. It looked, and I was just like, And I remember looking at her, saying to myself, wow, she looks kind of familiar. She had these long braids and it came down in front, and she's looking at me. And she's looking at a friend of mine that was with me and who went to go to the restroom, and I was just looking at her, this lady on the rock. And I remember I could kind of see through her. And she goes, hi. And I go, hi. And I'm doing this. Okay, I'm awake. Let's see her. She goes, how are you? I said, I'm fine. How are you? She goes, oh, I'm doing great. And I remember to this day, and this is the reason why I share this, is because it was the same feeling that I got from these two people. And she says, you have a lot of work to do. You are going to be very busy helping a lot of people. I'm so glad you're here. Your other friend there, she doesn't know what she wants to do. She hasn't made up her mind yet, but you have your task already out in front of you. And all you have to do is just stay on the path. We're watching you. Much love. And I go, wow. So I watched her get off the rock. I go, you okay to get off that rock? She goes, oh, yes, honey, I'm fine. I want you to be happy. And I go, okay. And I'm watching her. She's walking, and she's going to go up towards where the restrooms are. And I'm thinking, well, shoot, maybe I should check on her because she, I don't know why. And I started to walk towards where she was. And as I'm walking, she goes around the corner. I'm going to go around the corner. She's gone. She vanishes. And I said, okay, that was a star being, spirit talking to me. She vanished just like that. But I remember that outfit she was wearing. It had that pink and white. These people had on white and blue. And they were just sitting there back at Mt.Shasta now, just sitting there. And we get up and we start walking. And I'm feeling them just watching me, maybe just watching us walking. And I send out a thought and go, who are you? And they say, you know who we are. And I go, okay. So when we get to the car, I'm thinking, okay, get in the car. When we turn around, I want to take a closer look at them sitting on that bench. Get in the car. We make this turn. Now, it's not even 2 or 3 minutes. Not even that. Get in the car, turn around. They're gone. Nowhere to be seen. And I'm like, all right, but I don't tell my friend about this. I'm like, okay, this is the same thing that happened to me in Sedona, but these were these two people looking at me. And I said, okay. So we're coming down the mountain. I'm thinking about this. And I'm like, okay, they weren't not human. They weren't the human tribe. They were those Lemurian beings that can come in and out of the portal of the mountain and blend in with us. So I knew exactly what it was. And I said, that's what it was. And so we're going down the mountain. And all of a sudden I look up. And here's this cloud out of nowhere. This like little miniature puff cloud. It doesn't even look right. There's no other clouds around in the sky. I said, that doesn't even look right. I go, that's a UFO. It don't even fit in right. There's no other cloud in the sky. What's that cloud just sitting there, just randomly, just sitting there? And I look at it and say, I see you. You're a UFO. There's no other clouds around. Why are you sitting there? I see you. As soon as I said that, we come just around the other curve. I look up. That cloud split in half. Like something went shoom, straight up and split it. And I was like, wow, it shrunk and it's not even big like it was. Go around just another little curve, and it was gone. Completely gone. And I said, yeah. Now, I tell you what, if you've never been to Mt.Shasta, if you just go with an open heart and you go when you get that feeling like you're supposed to go, that's because that mountain has a way of pulling on people, either to get a healing, an activation, to bring awareness to something, to create change in your life. That's what it does. And I am one that listens to that mountain. That mountain had me from day one when I was going through all my surgeries with the cancer and stuff and get it all out and I'm healing, and that mountain had my heart. And it still does, has my heart. So I'm sitting back and I'm thinking the whole time about the incident, about those two people and then the cloud that just disappeared out of nothing. There was no other clouds around. There was no reason for the cloud to be there. It was just there and then gone, just like that. And I was like, what do? So fast forward to after we make it home, it's late at night, start driving home. And I say a prayer because I don't want to run into any weirdness driving at night. Need I say more? I want to make it home safely. Need I say more? Follow me? So I say a prayer of protection so I don't see other beings that want to cause problems. So I didn't see not one on the road, not one vehicle that's marked black and white. Didn't see one vehicle. I was like, okay, this is 10:30 at night, and I don't see nothing like that. Right on, thank you. So get home safely. Still thinking about those people. And I wake up in the morning and I get this video thing on my phone, and I'm like, I look at it, and it's this man talking to this other man doing an interview. Q. They're talking about all the different things that's happening on the planet, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And I'm listening. And then the guy that's doing the interview, he says, and this is the kicker. Oh yes, I'm going to be up in Mt.Shasta in July from the 1st to the 8th. And I'm thinking, and I look at him and I'm like, and he says, because the portal, there's several of them that are open where the Lemurian beings, Atalos, are going to be coming in and out, and we can go in and out and be seen with them, or they can show themselves to us, interact with us. And I just sat straight up in the bed, and I was just like, all right. So I thought it was really interesting because that was validation of what I saw and what I felt with those two people, because it was just odd how they were sitting just like this, like they were observing, you know. So I had to come on and share this. I am getting a strong pull to do medicine work, drumming ceremony in August on 8/8 up at the mountain. So, and I'm thinking it's going to be early in the morning when that gate is open to get up there and do the ceremony. So I'm kind of looking at how that feels. That's the message I have. I'm supposed to be there at 8/8 because that's called the Lion's Gate. It's another huge activational portal that happens every year. But with that one, it's a really potent one that's really geared into movement, and it's like this big push of energy that comes in to get you to do something, to change something, to move forward, to let go of something, and to grow and to be enhanced. So I'm getting that pull. So I definitely will keep all of you posted. If you're interested in meeting me up there and making that journey, it's Highway 5 past the airport. Keep on going, exit off of 737 Mt.Shasta, and take Lake Street all the way up as it winds up and goes up to the mountain. It'll take you right there. And you go all the way up until you can't go no more. And you'll find me up there with picnic tables. And so far that's the plan. That's the message I was given. So I had to come on and share that journey and really allow all of you to really think about this. When you are being called to do something, pulled to do something, and you have to just drop whatever you're doing and just go, there is a reason why. Because you never know if it's to receive something, to be a messenger, to receive the message, whatever that may be. You don't know what that is. So please listen to your higher self when you're being guided to go do something, to go to be a part, because the universe is very funny how they're trying to get us to meet people, to align us with the next part of the journey, to get you to make a decision. You don't know if that's going to be that part where you have to say yes to yourself, and then it's a creative thing that you've been looking for, an answer. But you have to be willing to make the journey. And there's a lot of people who get very contemplative. They get settled. They stay in their same little setting because they've lost their spark. They're settling in. They're staying the way they want to. They're afraid of change. They don't want to do the work. They want to stay the way they are. That's fine. You have free will. Stay the way you are. But do not get upset when you see others who are moving up and you're still right here. Don't get upset because you made a choice to stay right here on this level. And they decided to keep going up. Everyone's getting that call. And if you're going to stay here, that means you just want to stay in your place because you are not ready yet to move up here. When you go to Mt.Shasta and you're up there in that energy, that is 5D energy you're moving into. We were thirsty after we got down from that. You have to drink lots of water, get your body back on track. Your body will be clearing like crazy once you've been in that energy. So think about that. You have to really be ready to pay attention, to move. Everyone's getting the message. Whatever it is you need to change in your life, the way you think, your beliefs, your old beliefs, how they don't serve you anymore, you have to make that change. And it's a good thing if you're making that change into that good space, listening to the higher self. Your activation of that God divine self is activated. And now all you have to do is trust it. That's all you have to do is trust it. And I think sometimes what happens, we get stuck in second guessing ourselves. That's what happens. And I watch people just second guess themselves. They get some knowledge over here, but they're not really trusting themselves over here. How's that work? So I had to hop on and talk about this. So before I close out, I've talked about this before, but I'm going to reiterate this because people are driving crazy on the roads more than ever. So today, went out with a friend and I'm like, I want to, get in your newer car. I want to drive around. Let's check it out, blah, blah, blah. And we get in our car and I'm like, yes, this is beautiful. And this is nice. And I go, did you smudge it and everything? Oh, yes, I smudged it. Okay. I go, do you have your black tourmaline in here? Now, everybody that knows me, if the first thing I'm going to tell you, if you buy a new car or a used car, did you smudge it? Did you put your black tourmaline crystals in there? Did you bless up your car? And some of you will say, Alicia, we didn't do that. And then I'm going to give you a homework assignment and tell you, you need to go to the shop. You need to go get black tourmaline. You need to get your quartz crystal. I don't care where you get your crystals at. Take yourself down there and go get what you need. And I need you to bless them up and put them in your car. So we're driving. We're not even been on the road 3 minutes. And some dum-dum, yes, I said it, dum-dum, is going to come from this lane on the right. We're here in the middle, but For some reason, he thinks he can dimensionally move through all of us to get over here to the left lane, a turning lane. Well, so he, all of a sudden, we're driving, and then it's like the light turns green and we're going. This guy just says, well, I think I'm going to just get over. Whoa! And oh man, she hits the brakes. The guy gets over, and we're like, I go, what's wrong with you? And we're blowing the horn, and I said, yeah, you need to get some black tourmaline, like right now. We need that black tourmaline. I'm your black tourmaline right now. That's why that did not happen. I'm it right now in your car. So yes, needless to say, we were at a shop getting some black tourmaline, putting it in the back trunk of the car, the back seat of the car, the front of the car, where you put it on your dashboard, as long as it's not where things can move around. You're going to put it somewhere like maybe in a little cubby area in the front of the car, kind of like down where the cigarette thing is, but nobody really smokes in their car very much anymore. So put the black tourmaline and the quartz crystal there, and then one in the side of the door on the passenger and one on the side of the door of the driver's side. Okay. So this car got that, blessed up the stones. Once we picked out the stones, I put a stick of Palo Santos inside the car. You can use sage, put some sage inside the car, and then blessed up the car. Once we got the crystals in place, got back to her place, smudged it again, did a full blessing ceremony on that car, because I also know that it needed that from some other history of it. And whatever else that goes on with a car, you don't know. Bless that car up. And then I made the sacred blessed and blessed it up. And I told her, I said, when you get your rose spray water, spray inside your car, spray the seats, spray all inside your car, bless up your car. And then I put a sacred geometry in a sacred star symbol on the car so that it has that protection on it. Yes. Not only did that happen after 3 minutes after we were already in the car, okay, then there was another incident where a vehicle was getting ready to hit the side of the car on another road where we were. I said, oh yeah, get those things. Now, I want to share with you, and I'm going to close this out really quick. If you buy a car and it's a used car and it has any history of that it was broken into, car accident, or it was stolen and then it was fixed up and then it was sold, if it was in some kind of mishap, this is the reason why you want to smudge the car on the inside and around the car. Okay, put a big circle of smoke around the car. Be careful so you don't drop any ash or anything inside your car. Then you're going to have another situation. So you want to be very mindful and very watchful of that. Make sure you have something to have that smoking sage or Palo Santos in so you don't drop anything inside of that. And just bless it up and put the black tourmaline in there. And the quartz crystal, when you put it side by side, it just amplifies that crystal. But more than ever, if your car does not have it, get it in there and learn to get into your car and say, I ask for the divine protection light over this car as I am driving to my destiny and driving back. I say this all the time. May I not have any misfortune with myself, with no one else. Okay? And let me get to my destiny safely and back. Just say that. Take that moment to create that bubble around your car. I have said that many, many times, and it has saved me from catastrophes that could have been deadly. Should have been, certain situation. There should have been an impact, but it didn't happen. So I just want to share that with everybody. Please guard up your cars. Now's the time to really do that and take the time to bless up your cars, okay? Because people are driving like crazy. So I got a new gift. I can't wait to open these up. The artwork on this is beautiful. I'm looking forward to this. I know this artist. I have one of his older decks. This one is more recent and it's beautiful artwork. Can't wait. And then once again, I talked about my hands in the other video, and this one has those beautiful hands on there. And this was a beautiful gift from my sister Sundancer with the buffalo. So, Oklahoma. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, all right, tribe, be so light. Much love to you. I have some other good news coming up, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. Waiting on some information. Still kind of picking where I'm going to be moving. Haven't really truly found it just yet, but I'm not worried about anything. I'm really not. It's all good. All right, lovelies. I got to go. Sleep well tonight. Please drink lots of water. We got to get through to Sunday because the energy is going to keep climbing. It's already climbing. Please be patient with yourself. You have my contact information. I love you. I love you. Be good to yourself. Sleep so well. Okay. Okay, darling. Namaste to all of you. Ashe and blessings. Jamon. all of the greetings in all different languages. So, love you, love you, love you. All right. Get some rest, everyone. Thanks for being a part of Be So Light Tribe. Thanks for your support. Much love to you. See you in 5D. Bye. Sleep well.